This is News 8 This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. How about them Padres? And how about Stella being back in the studio with me?
Yeah, glad to be back.
8 to 10 feet away here, but great to have you back here. And you're looking great. 4 months now into the pregnancy?
4 months. I'm finally feeling better. For all of you wondering, why was I at home? Yeah, I had hyperemesis, which my nausea, everything else that goes.
You were not doing well.
It was really bad, so I needed to be in my home. So ladies, if you've ever experienced it, you know what that's like. So I'm glad to be here. I'm feeling much better. Fingers crossed. Great to be back here. Happy Monday to you. Let's get right into your headlines. We begin with this.
San Diego State University scheduled to end its stay-at-home order for students here this morning. This as the university is dealing with another jump in coronavirus cases. News 8's Evan Narani live at SDSU to break all this down for us here this morning. Good morning, Evan.
Good morning, Eric. Yeah, that's exactly right. Despite dozens of new cases, San Diego State University will reopen at 9 a.m. That stay-at-home order will be lifted. Now, on-campus classes have been moved to a virtual format, but this mainly applies to students who live in on-campus housing or who congregate in or around the university. Many students, despite the efforts made by the university, have said that it is still dangerous for this to happen because students have still been gathering together in the meantime.
I've definitely seen a lot of residents and a lot of people just going out. They don't wear their masks, they're not social distancing, and then when they come back to the building, that's when they pull their mask out of their pocket, and then that's when they use it, which is very ineffective because you're really just causing more spread, and you're not protecting yourself, and you're harming others too.
Another 29 new cases were confirmed by San Diego State University. This was just yesterday. That brings the school's total to 627 confirmed cases among students, faculty, and staff. The university says that the majority of those cases, about 75%, are among undergraduate students who live off campus. The university also says that they haven't received any new confirmed tests or any confirmed tests at all for graduate students. So this mainly applies to undergraduate students and for students who live off campus housing, so not in their on-campus housing. Now, since the start of the stay-at-home order, San Diego State University has said that they've received more than 500 notices of violations. In some of those cases, they're working with the San Diego Police Department to investigate. They also say expulsion is still on the table for some of those students and could be the result once they investigate those cases. Now, we did reach out to the university and ask if they planned on extending that stay-at-home order as of today. We have not heard anything back, so as of 9 a.m., that does expire. There is a form on their website to report any violations that you've heard of or to verify any confirmed cases of COVID among students, faculty, and staff. And they say that despite all of this happening, the best way to prevent COVID with these closures, whether the university is open or closed, is your individual behavior. I'll send things back over to you guys.
And Evan, the university has said there's a possibility that their number, that total number of cases of 627, could actually be a low estimate. So how are they gathering those numbers then?
So they're getting numbers reported by students themselves, students, faculty, and staff. They also are receiving some of those numbers from officials. There's a form on their website, if you go to the San Diego State University website, where students are asked to basically self-report. So they say that some of those numbers could be low due to a number of students, faculty, or staff not reporting those cases themselves. They also say as testing becomes more widely available, that they could be seeing those numbers go up.
Kind of the honor system there. All right, Evan, really appreciate that. Now to the latest on coronavirus cases across the entire county now. Officials reported 265 new cases out of more than 8,200 tests, and that's a positive rate of about 3%. No new deaths to report here, so some good news there. San Diego's case rate is holding at 6.9. Now, if that goes any higher, the county will have to move to a more restrictive tier, meaning tighter restrictions and more closures for businesses. Now, we're expecting an update on our case rate from the state tomorrow. Let's hope it stays under 7.
And this morning, new testing services are opening up for residents in San Diego who have been hit the hardest by the coronavirus pandemic. The new testing site will be at the Mexican consulate in downtown to better serve the Latino community in our county. Latino residents make up 34% of the county's population, but a disproportionate 62% of all COVID cases. Testing will be free and no appointments required.
This testing is open and available to everyone, no matter your immigration status, and it is open and available to everyone in a safe, trusted community location.
The testing facility opens at 8 in the morning and closes at 3. And people living in the South Bay now have one less excuse not to wear a mask. News 8's Chris Groh is live in Chula Vista with what the city is doing now so its residents are protected from the coronavirus. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, and this may seem like secondhand knowledge pretty much by now to always be carrying a mask or facial covering with you, especially when you're out in public, when you can't maintain that 6 feet of social distancing. But as you just heard there, Latino community disproportionately hit hard by COVID-19, and the South Bay, Chula Vista, no exception to that. So that's why you're seeing this push here from the Chula Vista government to help make sure that everyone is informed, not only that these masks are available, but also that they are effective. Now, there's going to be about 25,000 of them handed out on a first-come, first-served basis. They even have the Chula Vista logo printed on it, but more importantly, the Chula Vista website that's printed there so that it could spread the word about where residents can go to get information about COVID-19 safety and precautions. Now, Mayor Mary Casillas told us she is urging residents to wear these facial coverings for the protections of others. She said the community has endured long enough, and it's time for everyone to do their part.
The masks are really essential to the public health of everyone. And we know that masks are effective. They work. When I wear the mask, it protects you. And when you have your mask on, it protects me.
And so take a look at your screen. These are the locations where you can get that mask Monday through Friday at either the Civic Center Library on F Street, where we are right now, or the Otay Ranch Library on Birch Road. Now, also near where we are, the police station, police officers, park rangers, and firefighters that are going to be out and about, they will be giving out masks to people in public that don't have them, that are without them. Again, Chula Vista is urging residents to always be wearing these facial coverings when in public and when they cannot socially distance from others, and all in an effort, again, to curb the spread of COVID-19. Eric, Stella.
All right, Chris, thanks. 2 L.A. County deputies shot in an ambush attack over the weekend, and thankfully they are expected to survive, but they are in critical but stable condition. We want to warn you, some video we're about to show you is pretty troubling. It happened at a metro station in Compton on Saturday night. So the surveillance video shows someone in dark clothing just walks up to the SUV and shoots into the patrol car. Firing that handgun, they run away, basically left the 2 deputies for dead.
Our female deputy was hit at least once in the jaw and at least twice in the arm, and I think the male deputy was hit at least a couple of times in the arm also.
Both deputies were sworn in 14 months ago as part of the same academy class. A $100,000 reward is now being offered for any information leading to an arrest. President Trump set to visit California today to be briefed on the emergency response to deadly wildfires. The president is expected to meet local and federal officials during a trip to McClellan Air Park in Sacramento. President Trump and Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden thanked first responders battling the fires. Here at home, progress continues against the Valley Fire, which is now 87% contained. The fire southeast of Alpine remains at more than 17,000 acres burned. 30 families lost their homes. The cause of the fire is still not known. A county assistance center is set up at the Rancho San Diego Library to help victims. It will reopen this morning at 11.
A red, white, and blue mural in City Heights is now done thanks to some young volunteers. It's promoting voter registration in advance of the upcoming election. Their brushstrokes covered a wall near University Avenue and Wilson Avenue. You can see there the project was youth-led in a neighborhood that has a historically low voter turnout. The mural will highlight voting information in multiple languages. It includes website information for the County Registrar of Voters. The vice presidential candidates will be setting the tone today in the race for the White House, what they hope to accomplish today. Plus, just a day before his book comes out, journalist Bob Woodward opens up to 60 Minutes about how the president handled the coronavirus, how the White House is now responding. And local kids and families want to know when their playgrounds will reopen. The new push from one local lawmaker.